From ice cream and shampoos to washing powder and tea bags, Unilever is one of the world's biggest suppliers of consumer goods. The company says that 2 billion people use their wares every single day. The challenge: to communicate the quality of all Unilever products while still letting each label speak for itself, as the firm's Chief Marketing Officer, Keith Weed, explains.
We very much lead with the individual product brands. I don't think it's necessarily or important they know that these come from Unilever. But what is important is that they want to find out and they want to get reassurance of what is the brand behind the brand. They can find Unilever and what Unilever stands for.
The money Unilever spends on marketing is huge. The firm is the second biggest global advertiser, and it's Weed's job to ensure that the business's 400 brands remain competitive on both local and international levels.
Ultimately, despite 2 billion purchases a day, we need to have a particular message for a particular person. So the combination of local and global is both a challenge, but also a huge opportunity for us. So local, of course, is making sure a person in a market has something which is relevant to them in their particular market. But the global enables us to leverage scale. There are more similarities with a young guy in Mumbai or Shanghai or Sao Paulo than there is between him and his parents and his parents' parents. And I think that understanding of different age groups across markets is a huge opportunity for Unilever. So here we have the deodorant category.
In the group's 85-year history, the very tools of marketing have been transformed, thanks to the likes of Twitter and Facebook.
Social media must have changed that enormously as well, creating a buzz around certain new products that you might not have had in such immediate terms in the past.
Yes, I think the role of sort of what we call content versus advertising. So advertising was very much marketing to people, sort of a very disruptive message to a contained audience. I think where we are right now is marketing with people. So this is creating and social media.
Keeping up with the consumer is crucial. Unilever invests just under 20% of its profits in research and development each year, but blending old and new brands is also a key part of its model.
How many of Unilever's brands are actually created by Unilever, and how many of them have been bought in? How does the strategy change if you've absorbed a brand that's very well known with its own loyal customer base versus something like, for instance, Dove that you've created yourselves that's been quite a success actually?
Different brands, again, have different strategies, but I think the most important thing is you're reinventing the brand all the time. So if you acquire a brand today, you need to grow it tomorrow and the day after. So that continual reinvention is an ongoing thing. And when we buy a brand, it's normally to fit into a particular portfolio, so we can see a place where we can fit it into the overall category and segmentation. So as a rule, as you know, we've grown many brands, but the ones we buy, Ben & Jerry's is a perfect example. We bought that several years ago, but now is very much a brand of our creation as well.
And for a company with almost 50 billion euros in turnover, the future for Unilever lies not just in selling more, but selling products more sustainably. In 2014, the firm says that 55% of its raw agricultural materials were procured from responsible sources.
Ultimately, we want the Unilever U to be the trust mark of sustainability, social and environmental sustainability. So if you see two brands and you're not quite sure which one to buy, and you look around the back and you see the Unilever U, it's like the good housekeeping seal of, we know they've done that little bit extra work to make sure these products are sustainable.
And how easy or difficult is it to get to somebody to pay a premium for that little U, that sign of comfort and quality on the back?
Our brands need to compete individually as brands. The Unilever U, don't get me wrong, is there, as I say, as a reassurance. I'm not looking for a premium for that. So sometimes people say, I know about sustainable products, environmental, social sustainability, will people pay more for it? I think the more important thing is actually we should find a way where people actually pay the same for it. And actually it's about doing good business, but no, not necessarily as a premium.